everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little different and I wanted to go more in depth with you on how I meal plan. So normally I do a 1 month meal plan, but I know that is really overwhelming and it can be really daunting, especially if that's not something that you're used to. But if that is something that you're looking to do, you can check out one of my other videos that I posted recently where I do my 1 month meal plan and grocery shop. But for today, we are going to do a 2 week meal plan, and it's going to be for the first 2 weeks of May. And I am going to walk you through step by step how I do that. So if this is something you're looking forward to and something you're interested in and want to know, stick around. Okay, so what I have with me is just a plain piece of paper, and I have my husband's iPad. I just have Pinterest pulled up. That's where I have all of my recipes saved so that I can easily access them. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and I have done right here, is I list the days of the week, starting with what day the month starts with, obviously. So May starts with a Saturday, so I have my 2 weeks listed here. The reason that I do that is because my next step is to check for any holidays, any appointments, any busy days in general that I'm going to have for those 2 weeks. And we do have Mother's Day, which is this Sunday right here. So I'm going to mark this off because we will more than likely be going to my in-laws and we will order carry out. But normally, if we don't do that, we are ordering carry out at my house. I am not cooking on Mother's Day. That is my free day. So I don't know how it works at your home or anything like that. So if you're planning a special meal or carry out or anything like that, mark it down. So if there's any holidays, any camping trips, if you're having friends for dinner, anything like that, mark it down so that you already know. So that's one day that I don't have to plan for. The next thing is if you have any themes. So if you acknowledge things like Taco Tuesday in your home, plan for that. So we do like to do Mexican or other Latin dishes on Tuesdays. So I will just put a dot by that because I know that's what I want to do. And then carrying on with that, also on Wednesdays, we like to do like Asian themed dishes. So I'm going to mark those off so that I know. And then Mondays are always like a really slow start to the week for us, just because we're getting back into the swing of homeschooling. My husband works from home, so he is in his office. So it's really just me solo dolo with the kids and homeschooling. So I like to have something really nice and easy to make on Mondays, whether that's a crock pot meal, a one dish meal, sheet pan meal, things like that. So that will be what I'm looking for on Mondays. Okay. Other than that, we don't really have any other planned out themed foods. So what I have done in my Pinterest is I have made a board called Family Meals, and you will see it right here. And I've listed a link to it in other videos, and I will list the link to that specific board down below in the description box. But my biggest tip when you are using Pinterest is to weed it out. So I went through all of my meals that I had saved on here, and I put the ones that we either use or ones that we liked or anything like that, and I put them in the family meal board right here. So let me open that and I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I am going to go through here. I will usually do this with my husband, and because we've been doing this for so long, I usually don't reference this a whole lot, and I will say things like, we'll just talk like, what meals do you want for the next month? Is there anything that you've been craving or anything that you've been looking for? Sometimes I'll scour Pinterest for like maybe 1 or 2 new meals, but new meals are really expensive. that I typically have found, because number one, new ingredients that you've never used, those can be expensive, especially if it's not something that you keep in stock in your pantry. Number two, if you guys don't like it, now you have to find another meal, right? So you're either going out or you're cooking another meal using ingredients that you had planned for a different day. So I don't like to try a lot of new meals all at once. I kind of space it out and make allowances for that maybe once or twice in the month. So let's go through. Now remember I said, let's start with Mondays. So Mondays, I like to do crock pot meals. And after speaking with my husband, he was craving the Olive Garden zuppa Toscana soup. And so I'm actually just going to, and it's something that I haven't made in so long, like so long, but I do have a crock pot recipe for it. And I don't know if it's on here, but, oh, yep, right here. So I'm going to do crock pot zuppa Toscana. And I'm also going to make a salad with this. I typically, and you will see, I almost always make a salad with my meals just to kind of round it out and add some more greens and vegetables. This other Monday, I am going to look for a sheet pan meal. And I did have something that I pinned recently. Yes, so roasted sweet potato, sausage, and broccoli sheet pan meal. That's literally just chop it all up, throw it on a pan, throw some ingredients on it, and put it in the oven. My kind of meal on a Monday. So let's do sausage, sweet potato, and broccoli. Sheet pan. Okay. All right, so now remember, I like to do like Mexican and other Latin dishes on Tuesdays. So one of our family favorites is taco salad. So I think I'm going to put a taco salad right here, but I think usually I use ground beef, but I think this time I'm going to try and do a chicken taco salad. So we are trying to limit our beef intake. So whenever I can substitute chicken or turkey, I'm going to do it. So we're going to try it this time. Chicken taco salad. And then let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's do this one. Southwest stuffed peppers. That sounds really good. This is why I love so much having all of my meals in one like board to go to. So I'm not constantly searching through a bunch of crap that I pinned or that I wanted to try, or desserts or party meals. It's just all of my dinners right in one spot, easy to access. All right, so remember on Wednesdays, I said I like to do more Asian dishes, and we have two huge family favorites here, and I am just going to stick with easy peasy on this. One of our favorites, and I will show you if I can find it. Ooh. Let's see if I can find, you know what, I'll search through it this way and it'll come up. It is a Korean beef bowls. And these are so good. So I'm going to put that down here. And this literally takes probably 10 minutes to throw together. It's just ground up some beef, cook some rice, pour some sauce on the ground beef, and then I chop up some green onions and put it on top. I also like to throw in some frozen green beans into this just to give it a little something extra, get some more vegetables into my kids, and that's how I like to make that dish. The other The other meal that I like and that my family really, really enjoys, it is a crock pot meal, and it's in here, right here. The Skinny Slow Cooker Kung Pao Chicken. So Kung Pao chicken. Now I'm just writing sloppily and just trying to get this down because I'm going to transfer this to a printed document that I keep in my kitchen so that my entire family can refer to it. So everybody knows what we're having. I know what we're having, and there's no guessing. So now from there, let's look and see what else we have. Some of the other meals I really like. This one. I think I'm going to do this one for a Saturday meal. Saturdays we've been spending a lot of time out in the garden, and I just need something quick that I can throw together. So, simple Salisbury steaks. My kids love these. My husband loves these. The gravy in it is really good, so they pretty much devour it. So I'm going to make the simple Salisbury steaks. With mashed potatoes and corn. Okay. This is another one that we haven't had in a while. Sloppy Joes. Now I love this recipe. This recipe is incredible. I just no longer put our Sloppy Joes on buns. I actually put them over baked potato, and they are delicious. If you are trying to cut back on bread, or if you're gluten-free, anything like that, or you're doing Whole30, that's where I actually found out to do that and to give it a try, is doing Whole30, which is what I really try and do most of the time with my family, without them really even knowing, to be honest. But I throw our Sloppy Joes over a baked potato. It's heartier, there's a little bit more vitamin in it, and less processed grains. So all wins in my book. So I think I'm going to plan that. Let's do it right in the middle here. So Sloppy Joes with potato, and we're going to do a salad. Because by the end of the week, I have a big box of organic greens that I'm trying to use up, so I will stick a salad on Friday. Let's see what else we have going on. Let's go back up to the top in here. You know what? Let's try this easy crock pot breakfast hash brown casserole. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do it on a Saturday because, like I said, I have been spending a lot of time outside. So if I can do a crock pot meal, I'm going to do it. So crock pot breakfast casserole. So now, as you're noticing, I'm paying attention to how I spend my days, how much time I'm going to have to cook these meals, and I'm planning accordingly. If I know I have a busy day or I spend a lot of time doing something else that day, I am going to try and plan a dinner that is going to cook like that, or I don't have to think about it. I can throw it together during breakfast. That way, I'm still sticking to my budget, eating meals at home, which is healthier, it's more cost effective, and I don't have to worry about it as much because it was already taken care of during the day. And if I'm, 4 hours deep into gardening, I don't have to stop what I'm doing to come in and hurry up and put dinner together. So make sure you are thinking fully about how your days go, where you're spending your time, and realistically what kind of time you have to make dinners. So always look at how long on the recipes it should tell you how long it takes to put together, how long it has to cook, and really, really plan for that. I can't tell you how many times I planned a meal and I go to cook dinner at 5 o'clock and it needed to cook for 2 hours. There's no way I'm going to be eating dinner at 7, and so I need to hurry up and come up with a dinner. So learn from my mistakes. The next thing this actually looks really good. I was just looking at this pesto chicken bake. So I think because I have a beef here and a beef here, I'm going to throw a chicken dish right in the middle. Pesto chicken bake. And we'll do probably a roasted potato. And a salad. Now, mind you, if we decide not to have a salad and nobody's feeling it, I have humongous bags from Costco of frozen organic vegetables. I have green beans, I have broccoli, I have corn, I have peas. So if we're not feeling that, I always have something else on hand that I can just pop in the microwave and be good to go. All right, so we only have a couple more days left, and it is not a recipe on here, but it is just something that I can throw together very quick. And it is, I bought some, if you've seen my Costco haul, I bought some of that Rouse, or RAO, I don't know how you guys pronounce it, but I say it Rouse. If I'm saying it wrong, let me know. But I bought some of their pasta sauce that everybody's been raving about, and I wanted to try that. So what I'm going to do is ground up some turkey and then just pour the marinara over it and serve it over some pasta and call it dinner. I have been avoiding pasta. I have celiacs, and even gluten-free pasta has been giving me issues. So I have been replacing pasta with grilled zucchini. So I am going to serve the grilled zucchini as a side to my family, and then I'm just going to use it as a pasta substitution in my dish. So I think I'll put that here. So we're going to do, let's do ground turkey marinara. With the grilled zucchini and pasta, because I want to make sure I have pasta on my list in case I don't have any. So now we have 2 days left, and my husband has been wanting to do more food on the grill, which is totally fine by me. We have some, I know that we have some Beyond Burgers in the deep freezer that I want to use up. So I am going to do Beyond Burgers on a Friday, because who doesn't love grilled burgers on a Friday? It kind of just starts your weekend. So Beyond Burgers. We'll do a sweet potato fry here. And I usually just make them myself. I throw them in the air fryer. And then we'll just do a salad here, because I'm sure this week we will also have another thing of salad that we need to use up. So we have 1 day left to plan, and let's go with another grill meal. I really loved the barbecued chopped chicken salads from Panera, and I just started making my own eventually because it's such an easy dish and it's super inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is have my husband throw the chicken on the grill with the barbecue sauce. We'll cut it up, throw it on some salad greens, throw in some extra ingredients that go with the salad like black beans and corn. And then we'll use a sugar-free, gluten-free barbecue sauce and Bolt House Ranch, and that will be dinner. So for our last meal, it's going to be barbecued, chopped chicken salads. Okay, so now that I have all of my meals done, I'm going to take this and type it onto a document that I already have saved in my computer so that I have it printed out nicely and I can hang it on my fridge. So we will turn this into this. So now that we have all of our meals typed out, I go through and I'll click on every recipe and I'll go through and make an entire grocery list. So I have this also saved on my computer, and I always print out a blank. And then I go through and I list everything. Even if I know that I have it in my pantry, I list everything because looking at our list, we have a couple of dishes that are going to require soy sauce. So I need to make sure that I am writing down exactly how much soy sauce that I'm going to need, because if I only have a half cup, I'm going to have to run out and get some more soy sauce. So I want to make sure that I have listed the full amount of everything that I'm going to need for these meals, because the last thing you want to do is be running into the stores, because then comes the impulse shopping, right? So now that I've written down everything, and then also down here too, I just make a side note and list this, even the spices that I will need, because I want to make sure that I'm going to have all of the spices that I need, because I can't tell you how many times a $2 jar of spices have cost me $30 in impulse spending on my way out the door. So I try and list every little ingredient that I possibly can. And when you're making this grocery list, do not forget the things that you use every single day, whether that's milk. So I have oat milk. We drink coffee every day, so I put coffee creamer, laundry detergent, toilet paper, trash bags, aluminum foil, vitamins, Ziplocs, protein bars or protein powder if you use those. Anything like that. So you want to make sure that you have all of that listed, everything that you could possibly need within the next 2 weeks. So the other thing that I have is this breakfast and lunch. We always have the same exact things on rotation. Now that's not to say that we don't make allowances. So like Monday, if we wake up and we decide we don't want eggs and toast, we'd rather have pancakes, for sure, and we can just switch it around. It's no big deal. But these are the lists of my kids' favorite things to eat for breakfast and for lunch. So eggs with toast and fruit, and they'll have a yogurt, pancakes with fruit, and do not let this fool you, I buy frozen pancakes. Oatmeal with fruit. They really like the Quaker Oats, like fruit and oatmeal packs. So that's a really easy breakfast. French toast sticks. So even though they're having that carbohydrate, I'm still putting fruit and yogurt on their plate as well. So they're getting a really well-rounded meal for breakfast. And then after breakfast, they will have a snack, which I also plan for. You can see this at the bottom. I have a snack drawer for my kids. They are allowed to grab a snack out of there. If they're still hungry, they can have a piece of fruit. Then at lunchtime, they have the same meals that they like. If we're not eating leftovers, then we're going to eat what we have planned. They also have the choice between whether they want leftovers and what I have planned, but I also have a day planned specifically for any leftovers. And what we've done to make this less daunting for them and less strict is on Saturdays, they can pick what they want to eat for breakfast, whether that's something out of here or anything like that. They get to pick what they want. And then on Sundays, they get to pick what they want for lunch. And that's usually, I hate to say it, a ramen noodle pack or a hot dog on the grill with dad, or sometimes they want pizza rolls. So that's just, so it's once a week that they have something like that. But again, I always add a fruit and a vegetable with that as well. So they are eating tons and tons of fruits and vegetables. So I'm really happy about that. And this has allowed there to be no arguing about foods. I don't make 5 and 6 different meals at a time. One kid's only eating this kid's eating this. I am not a short order cook in my own home, and I refuse to be. So this has really helped to lay down that foundation so they know exactly what to expect as far as meals go, what they can have, what they can't. And it also helps me too. There's no guesswork. I'm not opening the fridge and wondering what I should make. I already planned that for me, so I can just coast through my day and kind of go on autopilot. So I also add the things that I'm going to need from these onto my grocery list as well. Now that I have this, I'm going to go through my pantry and mark off what I already have. Okay, so now that I have gone through my pantry, my spices, my deep freezer, my downstairs dry pantry, and crossed off everything that I have, I can now turn this into this. And this is my finished grocery list of everything that I'm going to need to make those 2 weeks of food happen. So you can notice the meat drastically went down, the list drastically reduced. That's why it is so important to try and do that $500 stock up of all of your dry goods and your pantry staples, because it really, really reduces the amount of things that you're going to need to buy on your monthly grocery bill. So this is just showing you that example that it went from needing a ton of stuff, dwindled down to this. And what I like to do is, especially if I know I'm going to be really, really under budget, I will take, $10 and buy a couple packs of chicken and keep it on back stock. So I'm kind of replenishing the overhaul that I did at Costco. Or I'll buy, $10 worth of organic rice to have on hand. Or I'll buy a couple extra loaves of bread to throw in the freezer, or a couple bottles of condiments that I know we're going to be using and going through, just so that I can keep my pantry replenished using the extra money that I have. So I hope this helps you guys to really formulate that plan of monthly meal planning, or even bi-weekly meal planning in this instance. Like I said, I do monthly meal planning myself, but I wanted to reduce it down to a bi-weekly plan, just so that you guys who are starting out don't feel as overwhelmed. But I will be using these meals in my May monthly meal plan. So I have done half of my planning already. I will do another video doing the last 2 weeks, and then I will show you my grocery haul when I go at the beginning of May. So look out for that video, and look out for the video of me planning the next 2 weeks. And I will have that up for you guys. I hope you guys like videos like this. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified of the videos that I post. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I love reading comments from you guys and interacting with you down there. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.